tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya yetu tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. Kenya makao yetu ni nchi ya usalama, kamwe hatutaiacha. Kenya makao yetu ni nchi ya usalama, kamwe hatutaiacha. Kamwe hatutaiacha. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kupenda haki kwa watu wote. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kupenda haki kwa watu wote. Haki kwa watu wote. Ukipenda Kenya ujitenge na mahambo yenye kuvunja amani. Ukipenda Kenya ujitenge na mahambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya. Hatutaki matata Kenya. Wapi vigelegele? Mikono juu, mikono juu, mikono juu. Haya, angalia mwenzako 2x2. Angalia mwenzako. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha. Haya, muimbie mwenzako 2x2, 2x2. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Shika mkono ya mwenzako. Shika mkono ya mwenzako. Haya, twende chini kwa chini. Chini kwa chini. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha chini kwa chini milele na milele. Chini kwa chini. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Kenya oye! Kenya oye! Thank you.
They deserve a bigger clap than that. Let's give them again another warm hand of applause. Kayamba Africa, thank you so much. I'd like to recognize the presence of our chief guest this morning, Mr. Siddharth Chatterjee, UN Resident Coordinator and UNDP Resident Representative. Now, to kick us off, we've got a video that will introduce us to the agenda for Uwiano, and shortly after that, we'll also have another video which will be a message from the principal partners. And now we'll play the next video, which is a message from the principal partners.
dumisha amani.
Remember, this particular launch is being broadcast across the country, and just to keep our citizens up to tabs, this is a 2-day training for Cohesion monitors, which is on the 14th and the 15th of March here at the Multimedia University in Nairobi. This training aims to enhance the knowledge of Cohesion monitors on peace building and conflict management. It also intends to train the monitors on effective monitoring of hate speech and electoral related offenses, as well as to provide a platform for networking for the Cohesion monitors. I'd like to welcome next on stage our host for this morning, the Commission Secretary for NCIC, Mr. Hassan Mohammed. Let's give him a warm hand as he joins us.
Thank you, Terian. Our guest of honor, the UN Resident Coordinator and UNDP Resident Representative, the Chairman of the National Cohesion Integration Commission, Honorable Kaparo, the Chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am pleased to welcome all of you this morning to this training session of our monitors. We have been preparing for this exercise for a long time, and I'm pleased that it is taking off. As you are aware, we are facing an election in the next few months, and we are anticipating, of course, we want a free, an election which is free of violence, but we have to prepare ourselves for any eventualities. And that is why we decided, together with our partners in Uwiano, that we are going to train as many monitors as possible. These are not the only people who are going to be monitoring the situation. We have across the country hundreds or thousands of police officers who are also doing this work, but this is just a number of officers who have been recruited by the different agencies under Uwiano, and we are going to take them through 2 days of training. One of the responsibilities of these officers, of course, is to look out for the early warning signs of conflict and to give us information so that we can be able to take preemptive action. They will also work, of course, with the authorities on the ground in the counties so that they can advise them on the situation. We know that those authorities have their own way of gathering information, but they will augment that information which is going to be provided by those authorities. NCIC monitors will also have the additional job, of course, of monitoring all the rallies, of monitoring the public meetings, and recording them. They will be having those recorders so that we can be able to follow and see that people do not spew hate. And you are very well aware, and we have been told in a number of reports, in the Waki report, in the Kriegler report, that in 2007-2008, we know that the hate speech was, of course, not responsible for the violence, but it exacerbated the violence. So that is why NCIC and its partners in Uwiano are preparing ourselves to be able to control the spewing of hate speech. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have monitors here whose number is 211. And I will ask each group to stand as I mention their names so that you see those who are in this hall this morning. First of all, NCIC, other than the Cohesion monitors, we are preparing ourselves for online hate. So we have recruited 4 social media monitors who are here for training today. Can the NCIC social media monitors please stand where you are? Social media monitors, I can see 3 of them there. There must be somebody there. I think that is their boss. Okay, you can sit. We have NCIC Cohesion monitors who number is the biggest number, 109. Can you please stand where you are? 109 monitors. 4 of them are at the headquarters. The rest of them are in the counties. We have some counties with 3 monitors, others with 2 monitors. You can sit down. We have 54 monitors from the registrar of political parties. 47 are going to be in the counties and 7 in the headquarters. The monitors from the registrar of political parties. You may sit. Then we have 17 representing the Interreligious Council of Kenya. The monitors from the Interreligious Council of Kenya, most of them are clerics. Thank you very much. They will also be monitoring the situation and giving information and advice on how to control the situation. UNDP has recruited another 17 monitors. Some of them are based at the NSC. One is based at NCIC. Others are based at the counties. They will be in charge of clusters of counties. So can we have the UNV's UNDP monitors please stand? Okay. Then we have the Media Council, which has brought in 4 monitors. They're going to be monitoring radio stations and we are giving a warning to those people who will be using radio stations to spew hate. You are being listened to and action will be taken. Media Council monitors, please stand. Thank you. Then we have monitors by PeaceNet, is one of our partners. Peace and Development Network is a CSO which is in Uwiano. Can we have the 6 monitors from PeaceNet, please stand? Okay, thank you very much. So those are the monitors we have this morning. We are training for the next 2 days. This recruitment of the monitors has been made possible by different actors. For the NCIC monitors, I can say that their allowances are being paid by the government of Kenya, and also for the registrar of political parties, the government of Kenya has provided the funds for paying those allowances. And then this training is being carried out under the auspices of the Uwiano platform, which brings together so many partners, and the training has been made possible by funds from UNDP. Funds which of course have come from the development partners, but which have been channeled through UNDP. And those funds, basically the ones we are using for this particular program, have been provided by the Swedish International Development Agency. And so we say thank you very much to Swedish International Development Agency. We also have Uwiano platform receives support from UNDP, which has come from Department for International Development, and a number of other partners. We are also expecting perhaps other partners like the European Commission to chip in. And we say thank you very much for continuing to support us and for continuing to be interested in the stability and peace of this country. With those many remarks, I say welcome once again. And I say we are telling the cohesion monitors and the peace monitors to have a fruitful 2 days. And when you go back, please, you have a lot of work. You have a lot of responsibility. Kenya is waiting, is expecting you people to help in maintaining peace. So we expect you to carry out that work diligently. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the people who have come to witness this occasion today.
Thank you so much for that message, Mr. Hassan Mohammed, the Commission Secretary for NCIC. I'd like to welcome up on stage Mr. Peter Thuku, Secretary, Peace Building and Disaster Response, as well as the Coordinator, National Steering Committee on Peace Building and Conflict Management. Let's give him a warm hand as he speaks to us.
Thank you very much. The Chairman of National Cohesion Integration Commission, Mr. Honorable Ole Kaparo, the Chairman of IEBC, the Representative or Director of Criminal Investigation Department, the UN Resident Coordinator, UNDP Resident Representative, Mr. Chatech, participants, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Principal Secretary, State Department of Interior, the Uwiano Platform for Peace and National Steering Committee on Peace Building and Conflict Management, NSC, I would like to congratulate our monitors on the appointment in your respective positions. From the onset, I wish to underscore the fact that the Uwiano team has confidence in you and look forward to your contribution to free, fair, and credible peaceful elections. Ladies and gentlemen, this training comes at an important time in Kenya's history, especially as we prepare for the general election 2017. We as Uwiano partners are committed to enhance coordination among stakeholders, provision of strategic leadership, an agenda that will contribute to reduction of electoral violence before, during, and after general elections. We arrive to the fact that elections will come and go, but Kenya will remain. In this regard, we are committed to ensure that we have a robust team that work around the clock, facilitate early warning, and response across the country with a view to ensure peaceful elections. The knowledge and leverage that each and every one of you brings on the table is critical to this arduous task. Kenyans look forward to you to deliver on this task. The Uwiano principal partners will do everything possible to support you in this cause as you journey your peace and cohesion work. Fellow Kenyans, allow me to set the context as to why Uwiano. Elections and major political processes in Kenya are known to elicit tension and anxiety. Oftentimes, these processes are marked by violence. Like previous elections, the 2017 general election has elicited heightened political activity that requires concerted efforts by stakeholders to prevent or minimize potential violence. During the events leading to the 2010 referendum, state and state actors coerced allowed the Uwiano Platform for Peace with the aim of preventing and responding to violent conflict around then contested Constitution of Kenya. The efforts of this partnership succeeded in ensuring peaceful referendum process and outcome. Similarly, in 2012-2013, the Uwiano Platform for Peace mobilized and galvanized Kenyans in promoting peace and delivering a peaceful election. This peace initiative was complemented by the Women Situation Room. Presently, the Uwiano Platform comprises 12 principal partners namely National Cohesion Integration Commission, NCIC, National Steering Committee on Peace Build and Conflict Management, which I head, Independent Electoral and Boundary Commission, IEBC, National Police Service, NPS, United Nations Development Program, UN Women, Council of Governors, Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, Interreligious Council of Kenya, Peace and Development Network Trust, Media Council of Kenya, and Mukenya Daima. The partners work together to scale on up peace building and conflict management initiatives, not only around political and electoral processes, but for sustainable peace in Kenya and beyond. It suffices to mention that Uwiano agenda for 2017 was unveiled on 9th March 2017 during the 4th Annual Devolution Conference in Naivasha. Uwiano's main strategic resource areas are anchored on enhanced coordination and linkage in electoral violence reduction initiatives, including facilitation of stakeholders' peace forums at the national, county, and community levels. Strengthened gender conflict early warning and early response initiatives, peace and conflict research that contributes to development of intervention frameworks, enhanced community peace dialogue, enhanced political leadership engagement at all levels, enhanced capacity for mediation, conflict resolution and dispute settlement, enhanced conflict-sensitive reporting and messaging for peace, enhanced hate speech monitoring and management, broadened space for inclusion and representation of youth, women, and persons with disability, strengthened documentation of peace processes. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I wish to note that the success of the 2017 Uwiano Peace Agenda will largely be attributed to the manner in which early warning information is shared by the public, the response to conflict by all stakeholders, the level of coordination that will accrue from this initiative, the partnership that will be created, nurtured, and sustained, the leverage that every stakeholder will bring on board, and the commitment by all Kenyans and the friends of Kenya to a free, fair, credible, and peaceful election process. I thank you all. God bless you, and God bless Kenya. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
Thank you, sir. Let's give him another warm hand. Now, of course, as a country, as a people, and as ordinary Kenyans, we cannot underscore the significance of cohesion monitors in contributing to the early warning system. It is imperative that they are provided with the necessary capacity and knowledge to adequately discharge their duties. As the Commission Secretary has mentioned before, the Swedish government has been a key partner for the Uwiano platform, and I'd like now to welcome Ms. Josephine Mwangi from the Embassy of Sweden to share with us some remarks. Let's give a warm hand as she joins us on stage.
Thank you. Good morning. The chair of NCIC, IEBC, the UN resident coordinator and UNDP rep, development partners here present, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great honor to be here. Sweden, as you have heard, has supported peace-building efforts in Kenya since 2011, with a long-term aim to contribute to lasting peace that allows for development. This is in line with SDG 16, which focuses on the promotion of a peaceful, just, and strong institutions. Globally, Sweden focuses on dialogue, conflict management, women, peace and security, and the rule of law. In Kenya, Sweden has supported cohesion, peace building, police reforms, the issue of small arms, UN Security Resolution 1325, and collaborative leadership. Since 2011, when the support began, there has been much progress. However, in an election year, like 2017, heightened ethno-political discourse takes center stage at the expense of development. The devolution governance structure has opened up great opportunities, as reflected in the recent 4th devolution conference. This has also brought with it a myriad of conflicts. There have been great strides and development at the county level. However, the flip side has been increased competition, ranging from contested negotiated democracy, distribution of resources, boundary conflicts, historical conflicts such as land, marginalization, and others. And devolution has increased competition for gubernatorial and MCA positions. The issue of constitutionalism, leadership, ethics, national values, and the 2/3 gender rule remain key unachieved milestones. This is of concern not only to Sweden, but I believe to many Kenyans. In the recent and just concluded mass voter registration, concerns were raised on voter apathy. The jury, of course, is still out there on the number of people who will vote. As peace, cohesion, and election monitors, state, non-state actors, media, religious organizations, we all have a collective responsibility towards a peaceful, inclusive, just, free, fair, and credible elections. But elections is just the event. Beyond this, we must also be responsible in the creation of a stable, peaceful, resilient Kenya. Sweden stands committed to support these efforts. Thank you very much.
Let's give her another warm hand of applause, and to the Embassy of Sweden and the Swedish government, of course, for supporting us. I'd like to now welcome the Deputy Director of CID, Mr. Joseph Ashinale, to share with us his remarks. Let's give him a warm hand.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Chairman, NCIC, Mr. Honorable Francis Ole Kaparo, Chairman IEBC, Mr. Efula Chebukati, the UN Resident Representative and UNDP Resident Representative, Mr. Chatterjee, Commissioners, all protocols observed. I'm here on behalf of the DCI. The DCI has tendered his apologies. He was supposed to come, but was turned back at the gate because of the nature of a policeman's job. He has coined remarks which I'm going to read on his behalf. And here it goes. I'm happy to join you this morning for the official opening of this induction training for NCIC Cohesion monitors here at Multimedia University. I want to congratulate all of you, the Cohesion monitors, for being chosen from across the country for a task which is well known to us. Let me remind you that you carry a very heavy responsibility of ensuring that the mandate of NCIC, which is peaceful coexistence amongst different ethnic communities, is achieved before, during, and after electioneering. Our Constitution guarantees many fundamental rights and freedoms. One such freedom being freedom of expression. This very important freedom has from time to time been abused for personal gain, to harm other people or to cause friction within different ethnic communities. the Constitution of Kenya recognizes only 4 rights as absolute. The right protection from torture, protection from slavery, the right to fair trial, and the right to an order of habeas corpus. All other rights are subject to some form of lawful limitation and must be enjoyed only to the extent that they do not interfere with other people's enjoyment of their own rights. This is why, in their wisdom, the drafters of our Constitution came up with the checks on some of the rights and freedoms. Article 33(2), subsection C of the Constitution states that the right to freedom of expression does not extend to hate speech. Ladies and gentlemen, from a general perspective, hate speech appears as a limitation of freedom of expression, but in reality, it's only a check so that such freedom may not be abused by some people to deny others their rights or freedoms. Hate speech has many faces which you, as cohesion monitors, must be aware of in order for you to recognize it when it happens. It is incumbent upon you to familiarize yourselves with all the laws dealing with the hate speech. From an enforcement perspective, you need to know the law and the requisite legal procedures in evidence gathering and preservation so that whatever evidence you collect remains admissible in court. Make sure that your work is diligent so that nobody escapes justice. Most of the perpetrators of hate speech are crafty and would always attempt to maneuver their way around the law. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to urge you to reflect and conceptualize the gravity of your responsibility. The country has placed a huge obligation on you, and you are expected to effectively monitor hate speech with a view to picking out early warning signs and decisively apply the law when offenses are committed. History has taught us to be wary of hate speech, as we witnessed in the unfortunate events of the 2007-2008 election. Hate speech can easily degenerate into serious lawlessness if left unchecked. That is why today the country has grown wiser, and you have been chosen to ensure that such ugly incidents as witnessed in that election are not given an opportunity to reappear. Forums like this have been organized, and people like you, whom I believe are of integrity, picked to ensure that the task is effectively carried out. Lastly, this platform also equips you with the necessary capacity and knowledge to discharge your duties and also to network and collaborate with your fellow cohesion monitors and other crucial stakeholders. This is a very vital forum in exchanging and validating conflict and violence-related information. The pleasure is therefore mine to wish you the best in your noble duties and to promise you that my office will always support you in whatever you do outside there in the field. With those few remarks, I wish to say thank you so much, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's give Mr. Ashimala another warm hand of applause. Now, one of the expected outcomes of this induction training for cohesion monitors is a coordinated and collaborative strategy for delivering a peaceful and credible elections for all of us Kenyans. And with that, I'd like to welcome Mr. Samuel Chebukati, the chairman of IEBC, to share with us a few remarks.
Thank you very much. First of all, I've been given a new name, Samuel. I know from the Bible, Samuel is the the prophet who took the Israelites to Egypt and beat all those Philistines who are huge and gigantic. It's a nice name, but I'll consider it if I want to change my name. The chairman of NCIC, Francis Kaparo, the chief guest from UNDP, fellow peacemakers, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I stand before you feeling very, very proud that you are all here because of one thing, the upcoming general election on 8th of August. So you are here because of IEBC. You are here because of me. And I feel very proud that we are in this together. So when you don't feel alone, you feel you have support, you feel very strong. And that's how I'm feeling this morning, that you are here to promote peace, because without peace, we cannot have a free, fair, and credible election. That environment of peace is what we need, and that's why we are here this morning. IEBC is created under Article 88 of the Constitution with a clear mandate to run elections for electoral offices and an elective body as established in the Constitution. And for that to happen, as I said, we must have a peaceful environment. And it goes without saying that this cannot be done by IEBC alone. And that's why we have all these representatives from state and non-state organizations here with us today. We work together, we must complement our roles, and that is the only way to send a message to those warmongers out there that there's no room for them. If we stick together, they have nobody to run to. Because we have the peacemakers here, you'll be trained to do that. You have the peace enforcers here. So where will go? Wherever it is, we shall make sure they don't have room in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, every year we have had, since multi-party elections, we have had violence. You remember 92, you remember 97, you remember 207, going into 208, one of the darkest moments in our history. And now we have 2017. Political temperatures are rising, and it's our duty and responsibility to ensure that those temperatures are controlled. I'm informed by the chairman, NCIC, that he has put measures in place. Let not those measures just be reactionary. Let also be proactive, that you put your ear on the ground before situations happen, we contain them before actually they happen. And IEBC, as you notice, we don't have representatives from IEBC among you. They're on the ground. They are also part and parcel of these peace initiatives. We have 290 CECs on the ground, and those are part and parcel of you, that you must network with them when you are out there, so that we make this whole process a success. Electoral conflict and violence can be seen as any random or organized act or threat to indemnity, physical harm, blackmail, or abuse of a political stakeholder in seeking to determine, delay, or to otherwise influence electoral processes. Election security can be defined as the process of protecting electoral stakeholders' information, facilities, and events. Electoral violence usually manifests itself and intensifies during various phases of election cycle. That is, IEBC has conducted a baseline opinion survey, and from that survey, we have found out that there are certain counties which are likely to have election-related violence, particularly during voter registration, political party nominations, during campaign period, on election day, during this, the counting of results and even after the results are announced. We will be sharing these findings with all of you, the whole country, before the end of the month. Now, prevention of electoral violence requires a multifaceted approach. It requires the Commission, IEBC, it requires the security apparatus, it requires peace-building infrastructure, including religious leaders who I see here, to work together in order to address key challenges that may affect this entire process. There has been a deliberate move by IEBC and other stakeholders to engage in activities that promote cohesion, and we therefore support this initiative by NCIC to train peace monitors from the 47 counties in the country. And this is also a baby for the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, whom we appreciate the participation in this initiative. The Commission has, in collaboration with other stakeholders, put in place several measures to prevent and mitigate the effects of electoral violence. And these measures include voter education. You must have seen our people on the ground who have been developed a curriculum and which has been enforced all the way from registration of voters running up to the election day. During every election period, the Commission administers a code of conduct to the candidates and political parties who swear to abide by the code. And we have put in place measures of deployment of electoral risk management tool we call ERMT, which is an election early warning system tool. And this has helped the Commission in identifying risks and formulating mitigation strategies. We intend to intensify collaboration on the use of this tool with other stakeholders as a preventive and mitigation strategy tool for purpose of preventing election violence. We look at the training of you monitors as part of an early warning response mechanism, so that we don't let violence escalate when you are there. With early warning, preventive measures can come in. And this is being done, of course, with collaboration from Kenya Police, NCIC, the Registrar of Political Parties, the DPP, and the judiciary. They are among the players in this field. The Commission has also entered into an MOU with the Media Council of Kenya, who are represented here today, to build capacity on the media, media-based violence, and recently the media, in collaboration with IEBC, launched the media guidelines to follow. So the media also have set standards for themselves to follow in ensuring that peace is achieved during this period of elections. Pursuant to the provisions of the Constitution, Article 88, the Commission is empowered to ensure that electoral offenses are reported and managed. Recently, the enactment of the electoral laws gives the powers to the DPP to prosecute offenders. So it's not the Commission to take offenders to court, it's the DPP. But we have a role to play to ensure that these offenses are reported to the DPP, and we are working closely with the DPP to ensure that all perpetrators are brought to book. So that is ongoing. We're also working closely with the ESCC, because part of our mandate is to ensure that the right people are cleared to run for elections. And ESCC comes in. We are networking with ESCC to ensure that those who are cleared are not corrupt individuals. They are not people who fall below moral standards. They are people who meet the standards set by Chapter 6 of the Constitution. So we work together with ESCC, DPP, work together with all the people represented here, I think we shall make this country a better place and we shall have a peaceful election 2017. The Commission is a main player in the Uwiano platform for Peace Forum, and this is a platform, a good platform because it brings together several stakeholders in this peace conflict of elections. There is a joint coordination right from the national level to constituency level, and we intend to continue playing our role in this forum of Uwiano platform to ensure that 2017 elections are free, fair, credible, and peaceful. To sum up, I just want to say a few things which are the role of stakeholders in preventing electoral violence. We must communicate through peace messaging. We must be, and this for the media, it must be sensitive to, in reporting, sensitivity in reporting, because media reporting is crucial. That's what people listen to. We must go out there and initiate peace campaigns. As IEBC, we have dispute resolution mechanisms which we shall use to ensure that all stakeholders and any election-related issues are managed, whether at nomination of candidates level or at any other stage. Institutionalization of permanent dialogue, collaboration between ourselves and security agencies is crucial, as well as other stakeholders. We also need to strengthen political parties, and this we have been working together with the registrar of political parties. If political parties become strong with the proper party regulations and party membership lists, then it will be easier to network with them for purposes of election, because they are our stakeholder number 2. I put the Kenyan people as stakeholder number 1, political parties as number 2. Establishment of conflict panels at the grassroots level, and that's where you come in to go all the way to the grassroots. Prosecuting perpetrators of hate speech and incitement, NCIC is on top of that, and that's why we have this forum here today. As I said, also barring candidates who don't meet Chapter 6 requirements, that's very crucial. Another aspect which we must promote is encouraging women to come in as political actors. And lastly, our role in providing civic education. In conclusion, I wish to state that managing threats against security of the electoral process demands commitment from all stakeholders. Electoral stakeholders should commit themselves to a culture of peace and tolerance at all times. I wish to thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless you. God bless our country, Kenya. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Mr. Wafula Chebukati, Chairman IEBC, a hand of applause. Mr. Chebukati, we want to believe that there's a very powerful and hidden prophetic message behind your new name today, that you will deliver a free, fair, and credible and peaceful election for us. Let's give him another round of applause. I'd like to welcome our chairman, NCIC, the Honorable Francis Ole Kaparo, who's also our host this morning, to give us his remarks. Let's give him a warm hand as he joins us.
My friends on this high table, and my friends everywhere, particularly the ones seated here and the ones outside this hall. I want to appreciate Kayamba Africa. They reminded you what I was known for, and that is order. I know it wasn't a joke. It was serious business. Just note this: the absence of order is chaos. I stood for order. I stand for order. And I'll always remain an advocate of order. And therefore we must all preach order in our country and bring order to our society. That's why we are here. We are here because we have a country we love. I hope you do, because I do. We have a country that we value. And I hope you value your country. We have a country that we have to keep and maintain. I hope that is in your heart. We have a country, yes, that is prone to self-infliction of pain. That's our country. That's our country. That's the country we have. And you know, you have lived in Kenya. And you know, every election cycle, some Kenyan attribute comes out. A not so good attribute. And that is the attribute of violence. We fought many battles in different names. In 1992, we called it land clashes. And so we did also in 1988. 2007 and 8, we called it disputed election. But in between, we have skirmishes across the most parts of this country. So we have a job. We have a job not just to secure Kenya during elections. We have a job to secure Kenya all the time. And to make Kenya a peaceful country every day of our lives. That's my message. That's what I would like you to do. But in the meantime, we have the urgent matter of ensuring that we go through this election peacefully. That's the urgent matter. Lakini naomba sasa nisungumzia wa Kenya. Manake nyinyi nimewazunguzia ni wasomi. Napenda kuwazungumzia wa Kenya ambao hawaelewi lugha tumezungumzia hivi sasa. Manake wale ambao hawaelewi lugha hii ndio wataumia kwa vita ya kisiasa. Ndio watafurushwa kwao. Ndio watoto wao hawataenda shule. Wengi wao ndio wataitwa kupigana. Wengi wao ndio wataitwa kuwa wanajeshi ya siasa mbaya. Wakenya ndugu zangu, tuko na nchi yetu moja tu inaitwa Kenya. Na Mwenyezi Mungu alitupa Kenya hiyo sisi wote kabla yote. Natumaini hivi leo kwa ukumbi huu kuna karibu kila kabila ya Kenya. Ni aibu kuzungumzia makabila, lakini hiyo ndio ukweli. Sipendi sana, lakini ukweli ndio huo. Kwa sababu tunatumia lugha na mbinu na siasa ya kugawa watu wetu kikabila. Ndugu wa Kenya, hamna faida kupigana na mke mwenzako kwa sababu ya kabila lake. Naomba wa Kenya tuepuke kwa maradhi hayo. La pili, hamna faida Mkenya kupigana kwa sababu fulani anataka kupigia yule mwingine kura. Ni haki yake. Na hakuna haja kutisha mwenzako kwa sababu ya fikira yake ya kisiasa ama kumtusi. Ndiyo tunaomba wa Kenya tufikirie ya kwamba baada ya uchaguzi tutakuweko na lazima tuweko. Hepuka na jambo lolote ambayo inaweza kumdhuru mwenzako. Ndiyo tumeita hawa wa Kenya wenzenu, watoto wetu, ndugu zenu, wake wenu,
waume wenu ndio wamekusanyika hapa, ili tuwapeleke Kenya mzima kuhakikisha kwamba hamna vitisho ya usalama wakati na kabla uchaguzi na baada ya uchaguzi. Jukumu kubwa hiyo. Mna kazi ndugu zangu, watoto wangu, mna kazi. Na kazi hii lazima tuifanye kwa sababu ni kazi ya Mungu tunafanya. Wale hawafahamu, imeandikwa kwa kitabu takatifu Biblia, wabarikiwa wenye kuleta amani kwa sababu wataitwa wana wa Mungu. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. So know this, you are going to execute a divine duty. A duty to God, a duty to your country, a duty to yourself. A noble duty. So for that reason, kwa sababu hiyo, tutawapatia visa training kwanza kutoka leo mpaka kesho na kesho kutwa. Mutapewa maarifa. Tamko la chuki ni nini? Wengine wanatukanana kivyao. Matusi sio hate speech. Ni mbaya ndio. Lakini kuna hate speech. Matusi ya kuleta uhasama kati ya jamii, kabila tofauti, ndio inaitwa hate speech. Waweza kuniita mimi Kaparo mpumbavu, pengine ni kweli ama pengine sio kweli, lakini ni matusi tu na nitusi mimi. Lakini ukisema Kaparo na Wamasai wote ni wapumbavu, sasa hiyo ni hate speech. Wamasai wanaingia wapi na upumbavu wangu? Hiyo ndio hate speech. Ama pengine utasema tutawamaliza wale wote ambao wanazungumza lugha hiyo. Hiyo tena bwana inaweza kukasirisha wengine, ama uzungumze kwa njia ambayo inaweza kuleta utatanishi kati ya jamii tofauti. Ndio hiyo mtafunzwa. Na ndio hiyo tutaendelesha. Lakini matusi yamo, lakini sheria haijaweka matusi ya kawaida na kukosa adabu kuwa hate speech. Naomba wana Kenya, hasa viongozi, tusijali tu yale mambo ambayo yaweza kutupeleka jela, lakini tujali zaidi yale mambo ambayo yaweza kuleta ukorofi kati ya Wakenya. Bring down the political temperatures. We can only vote for you, the leaders of Kenya, when we are alive. We can't vote for you when we are dead. Neither can we vote for you. Neither can we vote for you if we are refugees. We must be free Kenyans to vote for you. Give us that right. It is our right to live and vote in peace. That's our right. You have a duty to give us that right. Na kwa sababu hawasikii, tutafanya wasikie. Huyu bwana anawakilisha bwana Muhoro huyu. Ndio kazi yake ya kupeleleza na kujua nani anatoa matamushi ya kuleta vita kati ya makabila tofauti. Hivi leo mimi na wewe tunaungana na Wakenya wengine wa nia nzuri kuwakabiliana kwa ukweli na nguvu zetu zote kwa wale ambao wataleta taharuki na vita kati ya jamii. Takupa kamera, naomba unipe hiyo. Isiwe ikawa wimbo tena ya kwamba tutakuwa na hizi vifaa ya kutumia. Leo tunakamilisha ahadi yetu kwa Wakenya. Tutakupa kamera ambayo ofisa wako wa polisi atakuwa anaivaa na kuinasa picha na sauti ya yule anayezungumza na kupeperusha moja kwa moja hadi headquarters ya NCIC. Na yule atakayekuwa na kamera hii
Ile bwana kuja niweke bwana. Atakayekuwa na kamera hii ana uwezo tu wa kuchukua picha na sauti, hana uwezo wa kubadilisha. Itapeperishwa moja kwa moja live hadi headquarter. Kwa hivyo hata ukiwa na pesa vile tunavyosikia, haitafanya kazi kwa hii. Hii itaruka pesa yako. Hebu onesha vile, mweka huyu bwana ndio atafanya. Sio huyu. Yule bwana. Ndio kamera hiyo itawashukua maneno. Wengine hata kwa ile crowd hamuoni, lakini hako nayo 200 meters away from the speaker, so you don't have to be very close like this one. 200 meters away utanaswa kweli kweli. Naomba pia hizi zitakuwa 47, moja kamera moja kwa kila county ya Kenya. Kuna county 47 nakupa wewe. Hizi pia ni video cameras. Hizi itaonekana wazi kufanya hivi, sio kama ile, lakini lazima ifanyike. Ama hata wakiona si watanyamaza. Kwani tulitaka waseme. Hii pia tutakuwa nayo 47 nakupa wewe leo. 47 hizi. Tutakuwa yenu polisi. Na tutakuwa na zingine za NCIC pia hizi. Wewe utachukua 47, ingine tabaki na hawa. Hizi voice recorders takuwa na 390. Hawa wote watapata. Ama hao wote watakuwa nayo. Hii hauoni, ataweka hivi. Weka kwa mfuko yake. Utazungumza, utanaswa. Sio ile ya kisiasa. Hii ni ya NCIC. Sio vitisho sasa. Ni kweli. Naomba mpe huyu bwana. Sasa wewe bwana, nimekupa zote. Wewe usipofanya silaumiwi mimi, talaumiwa wewe. Na kwa sababu umesema utafanya, utadu. Namalizia. We have had good partners. We are not working this alone. We are doing this under Uwiano. It brings a lot of actors together. Our development partners, as you are informed earlier, and they are here. The various government agencies that are in charge of ensuring the law is executed, is applied, is interpreted. They are all in this. And they are all in this because we have only one country called Kenya. Tomorrow, the same representatives of the security agencies and civil society and the media, we have a joint meeting. Again, in furtherance of what we are doing here, under the chairmanship of the Chief Justice. Because the courts, the police, the prosecution, NCIC, Electoral Commission, anti-corruption, and every other law executing agencies must be in this. We must work together. So this is not symbolic, it's real. We really want to have a safe country. And I wish you well. I know it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. It may not even be safe. But we must do it for our motherland. Kenya ni yetu. Kenya ni yangu. Kenya ndiyo nyumba yangu, baba yangu, mama yangu. Hamna ingine. Work together. Wale ndugu zenu
wa IEBC ambao hawako hapa. Lazima mimi na mwenyekiti huyu tutafuta njia na pesa na mbinu ya kuwaleteni pamoja mjuani, ili kule mashinani mnatafutana, mnafanya pamoja. The strength in numbers. Mkiwa wengi watawaogopa, mkiwa wachache watawahepa. Tusikubali wahepe, tukubali waheshimu sheria. Ndugu yangu wa UNDP, I know you don't understand Swahili, but I know you are a friend of Kenya. I have been with you in many places, including Moyale, where Peter Thuku and I went under very difficult circumstances. And I want to salute Peter Thuku. He did a wonderful job as the county commissioner for Marsabit. And Mzee Yusuf Haji is not here. Wana Chebugati, you are not alone. You will not be alone. Let me give you this understanding. If everybody else is going to leave you, I will not. Because I want to see a safe country. I want to see Kenyan people electing the people they want. But as politicians ask you to ensure fair elections nationally, we also ask them ensure that there is fairness and freedom in your own parties. They say charity begins at home. It must begin from your own homes. Nyinyi mnaogopa kusema kisiasa, mimi nitasema kwa sababu sitoki Kenya. Naweza kuwasha job, lakini Kenya sitoki. Kenya ni yangu. Naomba nikualike uje, Bwana Charter D. May I now call you, please, to come and speak in that other language? Come and help me. The language that I didn't talk, which I probably don't understand much, called English. Can you talk in it now? Karibu sana. Welcome.
Honorable Mr. Kaparo, I wish we could clone you and take you to every part of Kenya and also certain parts of India too. We need your qualities over there. So we need multiple dimensions of you in different parts of the world. The chair of the IEBC, Mr. Tuku, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, mine is a difficult name. It's Sid, just makes it easier, but peace be with all of you, and Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Very important, an important event today that we see together, young people like yourselves who've come together, and I congratulate you for having been picked for this very, very, very important role. This is a task of great importance, and to be chosen amongst the many is a sign of the confidence that the country has entrusted in you. Despite the challenges we witness, Kenya's democracy is indisputably exemplary, and you're all part of making that history by your dedication to protect and to nurture the democratic process as soldiers of peace, so as to speak to your respective institutions. I'm informed that all of you have assembled here from a wide range of institutions such as the media, the Interreligious Council, the Civil Society, National Cohesion and Integration Commission, the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. For the first time, we are witnessing strategic shift from the ad hoc fragmentation to a coordinated approach in order to maximize the different knowledge, skills, influence you all bring to bear in promoting peaceful environment for elections. We at the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of the development community, do consider this a great honor and privilege to be associated with this venture under the Uwiano platform and willing to walk along with you and your team of watchdogs of democracy and stability, and for the protection of the rights of every citizen to exercise their franchise in a peaceful environment on August 8th. The Uwiano platform was born out of the spirit of collaboration. It has provided a space in which concerned citizens of Kenya in every election cycle converge on the common objective of reminding Kenyans that the country is bigger than the individual or the tribe. From its inception, as the rallying wagon for a successful referendum in 2010, the Uwiano platform went on to be an effective peace machinery during the 2013 general elections. Thanks to this initiative, the country has gradually been relieved of that familiar curse of recurrent electoral violence. However, the road to consolidation of our democracy has not been smooth either. Since the beginning of 2016, we have witnessed heightened political contestations over a myriad of issues, as well as the concentrations and polarizations and the concerns that they raise. I urge every Kenyan to manage these sentiments maturely and consider differences as an integral feature of a growing and maturing democracy. As elections and political monitors and peace coordinators are out there, you are key in nurturing that political debate in a more constructive and trust-building manner. Another important element to bear in mind is that the dynamics around the 2017 elections are quite different. In 2013, the ultimate wish of Kenyans was to consolidate peace. In 2017, the objective is not just peace, but also the consolidation of the process of devolution. Public opinion indicates that 59% Kenyans support devolution, which is evident because of the transformation already felt in the lives of every Kenyan, in especially hitherto inaccessible and ungoverned northern Kenya. Development into these areas have contributed to a significant reduction of conflict, mitigation of crime. People are now closer to the government and part of the decision making that affects them. Let me just go off my script for just 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. I have seen the difference by going into the marginalized and difficult parts of Kenya has made in the space of maternal health. Counties such as Mandera, Wajir, Marsabit, Lamu, Isiolo, Garissa are counties which together contribute to 50% of the maternal deaths in this country. But by pushing into these counties, we've not only seen a dramatic decline in the level of maternal and child deaths, but what devolution has done is really brought services closer to the people. It has brought a sense of inclusion to the people. It's reduced the temperature of violence. I'm witness to it. I've been watching this since 2014. In this regard, I urge the Uwiano to be innovative beyond the usual meetings by promoting constructive engagement of communities, the youth and the local governments. I've seen a community in Kajiado County that have established their own community parliament to listen to pledges of their prospective candidates to MCA. This is a creative and peace-building mechanism. It also enables us, the electorate, to make informed decisions in the day. I encourage Uwiano to prioritize such type of town hall meetings in the different counties as well, to consolidate a manner and to prioritize this, and to do it together with the local media so that it's within the reach of every individual. Let me conclude by urging the participating institutions to leverage on them their respective mandates to empower their monitors. First, the NCIC is a household name because of the enormous challenges against hate speech. Honorable Kaparo, your team has performed credibly over the years, brazing through many difficulties. I have seen you in action in Moyale County. I have seen the way the elders, the 35 clan elders that were at war with each other, reach out to you as if you're a member of their community. They reach out to you as if you're their own. They reach out to you as a hero, as a symbol of a person that brought peace, understanding, and a level of maturity amongst a people that went to war with each other for reckless and undefinable aspects. What I saw in Moyale showed me that it is not religion that supersedes things, it is our humanity that supersedes things. And what we saw there was an element of Mr. Kaparo's humanity that prevailed on 35 clans which shared the same religion, but fought recklessly against each other. To the media fraternity, the media are essential to democracy, and a democratic election is impossible without the media. A free and fair election is not only the freedom to vote and the knowledge to how to cast a vote, but also about a participatory process where voters engage in public debate and have adequate information about parties, policies, candidates, and the election process itself to make informed choices. Furthermore, media acts as a crucial watchdog to democratic elections, safeguarding the transparency of the process. I salute Kenya. I salute the Kenyan government. I salute the Kenyan constitution that you have a fair media in this country, that you have a media that gives expression to people's aspirations, hopes, criticisms. That has to be kept and treasured, because this is what gives Kenya its democratic foundations and its roots. My office has directed the election support team within UNDP and the UN system to engage the media as part of this process of establishing a media consortium. I have also urged the election support team, working with the IEBC, to design mechanisms in engaging the media leadership and in creating an atmosphere of accountability and mutual information. To the religious councils, the role of religious leaders in the current electoral process is and will always be very, very significant. Your decision to deploy field coordinators is a recognition of the confidence the ordinary citizens have in your capacity. Let me just focus for 2 minutes onto the religious leaders and scholars of all faiths. In 2015, President Kenyatta convened a meeting of religious leaders from 15 counties. These 15 counties alone contribute to 98% of the maternal deaths that take place in this country. And these religious leaders, under the leadership of the Interreligious Council, came together and produced a call to action. The call to action was to end the scourge of maternal death. The call to action was to end traditional harmful practices. The call to action was about engendering equality for the adolescent girl child. I appeal to the religious fraternity to have a similar call to action to ensure peaceful, free, fair, and credible elections. You meet with your stock every Friday, you meet with them every Sunday, you meet with them every day. Yours is a young population. Over 70% of Kenyans are less than the age of 30. 18 is the median age of Kenya. Young people are the greatest asset Kenya has, because they will transform Kenya's economy. But as President Kenyatta once said, that if we don't find the right jobs, if we don't give them hope, if there is a state of despondency, the same young people throughout Africa can become an existentialist threat. So we should not allow our young people to be swayed away by political predilections and fall victim to the blandishments of politicians and be swayed by that direction. The religious leaders have a very, very powerful role to play over here. I have a similar message to the civil society of Kenya. It is not just about standing up and challenging every politician who's there. It is about standing up and putting a mirror to ourselves and saying, are we behaving correctly as a society? Can we empower our young people to behave properly? Can we be that beacon, an example, exemplary in every way to prevent our young people going astray? Civil society has a crucial role in ensuring the peace, in ensuring communal harmony, in ensuring that every Kenyan rises above the auspices of tribes and all that. Civil society has that very important space to engage in. So I would really urge the civil society to do just that. And finally, the private sector. The private sector has a huge stake in this. The private sector is where the potential job opportunities for our young people is. And if there is violence, if there is chaos, all the opportunity that the private sector presents for the growth of Kenya's economy, which is really growing rapidly, can be held back. That opportunity can be held back. We've seen that every election cycle, generally the GDP of the country falls. Let's put a challenge to ourselves. In this year, the GDP must rise. And that GDP will rise when there is peace and stability. So let's make sure that we ensure that sense of peace. We ensure that sense of stability. To the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, Madam Commissioner, Your work in mentoring political parties through the Liaison Committee has been tremendously helpful, and I thank you. I have received commendations of your work from many political parties who had issues of internal disputes and how to work with other counterparts. However, the nominations period will be one which will test the resilience of these parties and accommodate the outcomes. We hope that the monitors will be fully engaged and equipped through to provide early response. Lastly, to the cluster coordinators by the NSC. This is a welcome and innovative approach which combines not just the piecework but the development coordination, as well as we look forward to engaging with the clusters to reach more and more. We urge the coordinators to